Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is David and welcome to my channel. It's time for another live. It's been a while since I've been live on my own channel. I've been doing some on the Elizabeth Craft Designs, but on my own channel it's been a while. And hopefully from now on things will go back to normal. Fingers crossed. But you never know. Let me see. Hi Rick. Hi Sandra. Hi Joke. Laurie is here. Hi Harriet. Ellie. Holly. Hi Andrea. Hi Belinda. Hi Petra. Let me see if I can get this out of the way because that's in. Yeah, there we go. Hi Femke. Hi Ans. Hi Anja. So yeah, it's been a bit of a rough time here. Some of you know that I've been struggling with my health for a while. It's going up and down. Hi Susanna. Last week in particular was not well because I had a pick line, as they call it, with the IV 24 hours a day with some very nasty antibiotics. But the line is gone. I'm up and running and I'm actually feeling okay. So let's hope it did the trick. So that's why I was a bit missing in action. I've done the lives for Elizabeth Craft Designs, but not on my own channel because I just didn't have the energy, fairly. So that's a bit what was going on. But I'm doing better and I hope to be up and running to my normal self again from now on. Hi Ivor, hi Marianne, hi Sandra. So, I'm going to play in my art journal. I'm going to experiment with something. I'll get into that. I've got this idea. I'm going to work with this one, you know, the one I did during a live with transparencies. And yeah, let's just have a play. And I'll explain things that well, there you go, Sandra. It takes a while. I know it takes a while, and I know I'm not there yet by all means, but I hope from now on it's on and upwards. Let's go for that. Right. Playtime. So let's go and play, because that's what we're here for, right? But I just wanted to give you a quick update so you guys knew why I wasn't here the last few weeks and why maybe in the future, yeah, I might pop in and out here and then now. But this week I'm here now and I'm going to be here live on the Elizabeth Craft Designs page Thursday for the Coffee and Craft or Coffee and Chat. I can't remember what it's called, but it's fun. It's 30 minutes of chatting, me chatting to you guys fairly. That's what it is. So if you have any questions, think about them and ask me the question during the Coffee and Chat we are doing Thursday. So that's going to be fun. Hi, Mayna. But yeah, so what am I going to do? I've got a base page here for my new Passport XL journal, which is empty because the samples are with else. But yeah, that's so this project we made a while ago. Oh, I'm going to work with the clock again today. Don't care, love the clock. So, but a separate page because I'm going to make a spread because I don't know if you remember this one. We did that during a live, and I wanted to do that closure with the paper clip, but that didn't work. This was too thick already. And then I got another idea what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to work on that part. I'm going to put that right here, glue that in. Attach the ribbon underneath, close it, and because I thought this ribbon looked pretty with that color. Let me show you it up close. And then I'm going to glue this part down, and I'm going to be working on this side and this and there, some other lives. This is still work in progress, but then at least it's got its place where I wanted it to go. That's there. On this side, I'm going to do something completely different, so I'll get into that in a second. First, I wanted to give some texture to this background. So we're going to create a background here, and I'm going to do that using this stencil from my latest stencil pack, the Journal Stencil 7. That's cool, Sandra. See you there then. Hi, Anja. So, I'm going to use a Luna paste because it's got some time to dry. Weeping Willow, it's a brown, because I think that will look nice with what I'm going to do. Even though I'm challenging myself to go with brighter colors, and I've got bright colors here. I can use any color I want. I've got loads of these, but I just think I want brown. I don't know. I think because the other side is going to be very bright colors, I think the brown would be nice with that. So It is horrible weather. I agree, Sandra. I agree. So I'm just gonna randomly place some on my page, knowing that I'm gonna cover up a lot, but like that, that's fine. Put some here at the bottom. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like that. And I'll do the same, oops, on this side as well. And yes, the tag is gonna go here, but then at least I know it's there. And you will still see it popping out at the corners, so that's fine. Well, no, Femke, sorry for you, but I hate this. It's raining, it's stormy, it's cold. No, 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 not for me. I would much rather prefer sunshine, and it doesn't have to be 30 degrees, but nicer weather, yes, definitely. I hate the cold and the wet weather we've got now. So that's going to go there. Clean that off. This is such a cool stencil. It gives great texture on your background. And I think with the brown here, it'll work. I've got a tub of water over there, so I'll dump this in there. Make sure it's underwater. This one's clean. Don't need that. There we go. Clean up as we go, David. Right. It's the easy way. So yeah, my craft room is still a mess because I didn't have the energy to finish the rebuilding of it all. But also, that's getting there. I'm grabbing something. Grabbing my spritzers because I want a color. Don't know what color yet. I do not want purple, but I do want something. I think I'm going to go with pink. Because why not? Exactly, Sandra, there's something in between. I agree with you. Ooh, this is bright. Well, we'll see. Let's agree to disagree, Femke. Right, there we go. I'm just going to spritz this a bit. So I'm holding this like so, and only pressing it half in so that it's not fully... Ah, come on. Doesn't want to work with me. It's bright, but actually I like it. So that's my background done. You can still see the original color peeking through. Right, Laurie? I agree. The paper doesn't need much. Absolutely. Put that there to dry. Look at the state I'm in already. I'm already in a mess. But yes, I agree, Laurie. The paper doesn't need much. That's how I designed it. I mean, it's background paper, but it doesn't need much. It's beautiful on its own. So, oops, I'm losing some things now. Oh, I saved it. I'm complete. Okay. Next step is my clock. Now let me explain to you what I did. I cut the clockwork out, the main clock face, but I'm going to do something to that. And I've cut out, I should have it this way, the base of the clock, but let me show you, that's easier. And it's funny because yesterday I saw Rachel on the live at Elizabeth Craftshine. She did the same with the tag, and I had already prepared this, so that was funny. So what I did, I folded a piece of paper in half, then lined it up with the die like so. So the fold line was here, and that way when you cut it out, you get this, a booklet like that. But I probably am going to use it differently, but it's fun. This is a fun booklet already, but it's going the wrong way, which does my head in, but okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this clockwork. We're not going to need that. So the center of the clock we're going to trim out. Like that. Yeah. Then what I'm going to do, flip this over, open it up, and I'm going to trim off these bits. So if you have the exact same size in a circle die, you definitely use that. In my case, I only thought of this when I was already done with cutting and preparing, and I thought, well, I can cut it off as well. Because what I want to do, no, you're going to stay, just this top part stays. There you go. Now I can open it like this. And this goes on here. And I actually am going to trim this off as well. Just making it up as we go. There we go. That's that. That's going to go here. This is ugly. Let me just do a better job there. But that will be partly covered, I think. Yeah, you won't see that. That's going to be fine. Is it? Is it? There we go. That's it. Okay. So fairly now we've got a circle booklet. Could have made that easier for myself, but hey, that's how it goes, right? Then I've got a darker clock face. So what we're going to get is this is going to go on here. But I want to open that booklet this way. So that's why this whole fuss. If you don't mind it going the other way, that's fine. Then I'm going to put this in the center, so a darker version. And then it was something I had in my head since I designed this die. And that is that I wanted to have the middle piece sort of glass-like. And then I thought, okay, you can use glossy accents, but that needs to dry forever. And I'm not patient enough for that, to be honest. I want to stick it in my journal, be done with it. So I've got a different idea for that. So I'll get to that in a second. But I've got some things to do first. I'm going to keep this for later. Don't need that now. But yeah, you never know when I'm going to use that. So I need my Versa mark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this all into the Versa mark. Just like so. Making sure that there's sticky ink, not just on my fingers, but also onto the whole clock base. So you don't see it, but it's shiny. That's good. And then I'm going to take my favorite of all time, the Weathered Gold by Seth Epter. I'm going to cover that up. Like so. Grab my tweezers. Nicely covered. So I'm going to put that into my glass bowl. Well, not every leftover cut, but this center part, I know that I will use that somewhere. So yeah. But to be honest, I save a lot of the stuff and then I throw it away later. So it's like having Tupperware. Save your food to throw away a day later. I mean, right. I'm going to melt this. So sorry for the noise. Oh, I love that gold. Look at that. Oh, this just makes me happy every single time I use it. Love it. Okay, that was the noisy bit for today, I think. You never know with me, but I think. So, next I'm going to take my clock and I'm going to use a wax just on my finger. And I'm just going to color that. But I still want that brown to shine through. See that? So this will go on here. This will go on here. Look how beautiful that is. Right? Pretty stuff. So, are my comments for... Oh no. Okay, there we go. So, what I like to do with the... took the clock out in that one. I just want to melt the wax into the paper. You don't have to, but I like the effect it gives. It just gives it a more smooth surface. Let it cool. And take a soft cloth and I'm just going to buff that. I normally don't do this that vigorously, but in this case I am, because of the next step I'm going to do. It would make a cool picture frame. Absolutely. So, first things first, I'm going to glue this down onto my booklet, making sure my booklet is opening the correct way now. And this is where that precision glue gun comes in handy, because, well, there's a lot of fine detail on this one. Why am I putting glue on here? I don't know. Not yet. This does not get glued down. Just my brain. Just my brain doing weird stuff. To me. And therefore to you guys, because you're watching. So, just going to be patient with me because there's a lot of detail. There we go. That should work. Thank you, Mary. So, I'm just going to line that up on my mat. There we go. Like that. This needs a bit of glue, so let's do that. There we go. This needs to be thoroughly adhered, so I'm going to put my block on there. I know, Mina, but I've got some fun things coming up. I'm getting my new car tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. So that's cool. I'm very excited about that. So fun things, and then we're gonna drive around a bit on that. So let's do that while I take my clockwork, find the 12. There we go. And what I did here is I've got my clock hands out of black paper and I've put some wax on them. That makes it so it stays nicely. Doesn't matter what time it is, David. It's playtime. And that's every day of the week. I want that to be. Don't always have time for that, but there we go. Put the block on there. There we go. Okay. Next, this is going to be glued in there, right? Look how pretty this is, with the different tones of gold, and then the light, the beige of the paper. The paper, by the way, is from the Backgrounds Volume 1. And then there's a light beige color tone in there. So let's glue that down. So there are so many fun ways to alter that clock. Look at that. I love it. I already love it, but I really want to test out this brainwave I had in my mind. Remember, I was speaking about glossy accents taking forever, blah, blah, blah. And then before I started paper crafting, I had a different hobby, and I was working with epoxy, making epoxy pours and stuff like that. And then I got allergic for epoxy, so I had to stop. That's why I found another hobby, which was paper crafting, which completely got out of hand, as you all know. You're here, you witnessed it. Practice makes perfect, Sandra. Then I thought, you know what I still have, I threw everything away with my epoxy stuff, but I still got this UV resin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the center of that clock with UV resin, and I'm going to do that in different layers. Now, UV resin works with a UV light. You can also place it in sunlight if you don't have a light, but there are little flashlights you can buy that will cure them, but I still had this one. You know what, the nail polish thingy? It's the same, it works the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my block so I can just slide it in. And I'm going to, oops, this is the wrong one. I had two. There we go. This is the one I'm using. This one should be open. And I'm going to fill in these gaps first with the resin. Now this stuff is self-leveling, so that helps. I'm going to do it in different layers because I want to build it up. So I'm going to put that in like that. Dun -dun. Okay, and let's do that first layer and put that under the light and start that for 60 seconds. So that has to cure for 60 seconds. Make sure this is nowhere near that lamp because you'll be in trouble then. Well, that's the plan, to make a glass-like finish. And it's dry. When this is done, you can work with it, which is really cool. You just have to be patient for now you can count, 34 seconds. But that gives me a moment to look at there. Oh, Belinda, if you take the little flashlights, they're not that expensive. They really are not. It's just that I had this and it's easy. Yeah, it's fine. It's still a bit sticky, but I'm going to place it in there again and the UV light will go through it. So now we'll start in the middle. And hopefully we can finish this now with this second layer. So I'm just building this up, softly squeezing, making sure stuff comes out. I'm hoping you can see it. Shall I zoom in a bit? Let me zoom in. Does that still work? No, it doesn't. Sorry, can't zoom in. I have to concentrate. Sorry about that. Now, this resin, or epoxy, whatever you want to call it, is self-leveling. So that helps. Okay, let's go in. There we go. Now we got to be patient. Meanwhile, let's check on this. This is drying pretty nicely. Yeah, that will go nicely with each other. For charms, also very cool. Let me show you. Say I want to make a few enamel dots. I have to wait until this one's done. You know, when you make these shiny dots, and then you have to wait until they're dry, because otherwise you smudge them around, like I always do. Oh, it's turning out nice. There's a tiny bit down there, but it's an antique clock. I'm not going to be bothered that much, but this is going to be fun. Look at that. It is like glass, isn't it? How much fun is this, right? And somehow, there we go. It got stuck. Some things seep through a bit. That's nothing we can do about that. It's not meant to use on paper, but it's hot. And this little bit is annoying me, right? I know I'm being pedantic now, but I'm going to put it in one more time. Just going to place, yeah, this bit is not covered, so I should really go one more round. There's a lot in here, so let's level that out. Sorry, I'm concentrating. There we go. This should be it. I'm fine with this. There we go. So what I was saying, like if you put tiny dots on here, like so. You see, I've now done 3 little dots. I'm going to place that in the light. and you've got your perfect pearls on there. You see that? How cool is that, right? Just need to give it a bit more time, but see if I can squeeze that in there. Yeah, there we go. It needs a bit more time now to be fully cured, so but then it will be completely gorgeous. So close this. I'm just going to give it another 30 seconds and then it should be fine and we can finish the page. Done. Cool, right? I think that's just a fantastic way to make these nice and shiny dots without it spreading all over. It's not cheap. It's not the cheapest stuff, but a little bottle goes a long way. So, yeah. Glossy accents, if you ruin it, then it's more expensive because then your project can be. So I think that's. But look at that. It's just really like it's a glass face into this antique clock. I just love that. So, and these are really fun as well. That's that. So. Let's grab this one. Ew, that's not dry. So let's give that a blast with the heat tool. Wrong one. Oh wait, I can do this now. Yep. Put the other one in. Yeah, there we go. Right, Joker? I know. Time is... I was vacuuming the living room earlier, and I was like, this is a waste of time. I should be crafting. But hey, with 2 dogs, you have to. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to open you so you can cool down a bit more. It's bending a bit, but that's fine. I'm gonna work with that. Right, let's do you first. So what I'm gonna do, this is the back. I'm going to take a strip of my what's this called? I don't know what this called. It's a very famous brand of tape, but I've just forgot the name. Score tape. There we go. Which I bought because unfortunately we don't have it anymore at Elizabeth Crafts. So, not happy, but it is what it is. So I'm cheating with another brand now. So, I'm going to place that on there. Then I'm going to take 2 more, 3 even, like that. Let's do it like that. And clean it up. And I know we don't sell it anymore, and it still feels like cheating. Funny, isn't it? Not that I know what cheating is before anyone asks. But, yeah. So I hope everybody's having fun themselves as well. Not necessarily now, but working on some fun projects here and there. Okay, let me see. I'm going to put this straight on. Like so. Then I'm going to open it up. So I can really push this down. So this is a mini journal in a journal. How cool is that? Just love that. Tie a bow. I'm going to leave it quite long for now because I don't know how full it's going to be. But that'll be shorter. But look, that's done. So now let's put this one on the other side. You go away for now. There we go. So this booklet is going to go here. So let's put glue all over this. And I forgot. Let me ink the edge of that. Because I've been cutting that, so I don't know, it's a seam binding or something like that. I got it at Dooding, but she only sells it in the store, it's not online. And I got it like 2 or 3 years ago, so I'm not sure she still has it. There we go. I just want a hint of color there. And that's going to be quite an issue here, I think. But let me just place this down first. I think I need to glue this down for this to be able to open. Because otherwise, if this is loose, yeah. So let's do that. Let's put some dots of glue here. Cool, right? So in there I'm going to be obviously making some other bits and bobs. So let's do one thing that I had in mind. I've got some brown here. Just some brown cardstock. And what I want to do, where did I put my stamps? Oh, here they are. I just love this. This is so... Oh, sorry to hear that. Patricia, that's hard. I've been there. I know what you're talking about. Take your time for things. That's the key there. So I'm just inking this up with white ink, white pigment ink. Yeah, but some things are, it's just impossible to have everything online. These are the little things, they had like 30 different colors. So I respect that. You can't have everything online. Yeah, that's too much work, and no offense, but for a small group of people that it's just not feasible, you know. In the end of the day, she has to make money. That's why we're all working, right? So I understand why she has to make certain choices, definitely. Right, that's that. Let me just try that. Then I'm gonna grab my die of the 3 men, the stamp of the 3 men. I think that will be fun. Yeah, that will be fun. I'm gonna run that through like so. and run it through. Yeah, but you can't blame the stores for that. That's my point there. I know not everybody has the ability to go to a store, but yeah, you can't blame the stores for that. And they do their best to provide everything for everybody. But yeah, some things are just not feasible. So I'm just gonna darken up the edges here. Exactly, Belinda. You can buy seam binding online and color with your inks. That's what a lot of people do. I'm just lazy and bought color ones. Okay, let's see how this is looking now. So I'm going to place them over there. I need something behind there. So what I'm going to do. Yeah, why not? I'm just gonna cut apart one of my tags that I had left over from another life, right? Not sure I'm gonna like this in white though. Oh dear, lost my comments. There we go. No, don't like that, but never mind. Let's go with the dark brown. I don't want black, and that's from me. Laurie, same in lady stuff. We don't have any. This is better. We don't have any. So I'm happy that I can order online. And I'm lucky to be in stores for demos, so then I can shop till I drop. So I'm just gonna rip this like that. Ink it up. There. Love that. Put that behind there. That's cool. That's cool. And put this saying there. And it's sticking out, which is annoying me. It should not stick out. The saying shouldn't stick out. The future starts now. I'm going to place that on there. So I'm going to rip this bit off and this bit off so that it follows the circle a bit more. Glue that down. There we go. So now it stays inside that clock. Put the gentleman on there. Don't mind them sticking out a bit there. This needs a bit of ink. Seam binding, it's called. I don't know the Dutch word, to be honest. And put that there. I think that looks fun. Need to do something here, but that's for another live, I think, because this one I think is coming together really nicely, and it's very full. So I know this signature that's going to go in there. I'm going to put something on this side, and that's going to be it, which is fine. I mean, there's a lot in here. There's something extra in here. So realize that when you make something like this, it's going to be bulky, and you can't expect 6 more pages to fit with it. So yeah, make sure you realize that, because that's going to be bulky. But hey, it's cool, right? I think it's very cool. Oh, there you go. So that's it for today. I was checking the comments, but I didn't really miss something. I love how it matches together. The ribbon sort of brings back the gold. The script here, the script there, and then here the script on the guys coming back. So I think this is really fun. This is way too thick and bulky for me, so I will definitely trim that down a bit. But there we go. So you see, that's better. Yeah, love this. So I hope you liked it too. If you do, give this video a thumbs up. I'm looking forward to seeing and chatting with you guys, if you're able to, on Thursday for the coffee and chat at Elizabeth Craft Designs, and then I don't know, next Tuesday again. So thank you for that. See you soon, and have if you have Hemelvaartsdag, which is a Dutch bank holiday, or like the day off work you had in the US on Monday, have a fantastic long weekend, and we'll speak soon. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.